Okay, so I have updated the types and their matchups, and added two new ones. Average represents human bravery, and Xeno represents, like, alien species. The first Creatat I'll be going over here is Brunky. It is very small and very weak, so it has to blend into the trees to hide from its predator, which I'll get into later. It has hypersensitive hearing, so it can easily detect predators, mostly by digging like small little holes into trees and then like putting its antenna into the holes and amplifying the sounds for them so it can sense predators from even a mile away and alerting the others of its species to hide away. Unfortunately for Brunky, this Palcree shares the same method of gaining food as its predator: foraging. So, it has to go in large groups, maybe 5 to 10, and not all of them survive these expeditions, but the ones who do are the ones that count, because they make the next generation, and they will be the ones to evolve. At level 20, Brunky evolves into Huntrunk. This Creatat now poses as a tree instead of blending into them. It kills almost anything that gets too close, whether that be with its tail or stomping them to death. And by everything, I just mean everything that poses a slight resemblance to its prey. This Creatat can be extremely loyal once tamed, but it's pretty hard to tame it, so you need to be highly prepared. Underneath the bushes on this Creatat's arms are the same appendages that are visible on its antenna. These can serve mainly as grabbers, but it also can be used to stab people if needed. Now, removing the leaves off of this Creatat is mainly harmless, and can regrow, but be very careful though, because it's very hard to remove them, because this Creatat does not like when that happens. Another Creatat that can be found in the forest is simply known as Pasture. This Creatat, from the moment it's born, is fated to die way earlier than other species. How or why this Creatat dies faster than everything else on this planet is unknown, and there's nothing that can explain it. But there is one perk to this, and one perk only, for this Creatat. Although they die faster, not only do they have a better appreciation of life, but they also evolve quicker as well. We advise you to take the best care of your Pasture, for it doesn't have as much time as you do on this planet, and it will only appreciate its time even more with you by its side. A good way to check progress on its lifespan is to see whether its skeleton is visible or not. Depending on how visible the skeleton is, the closer this Creatat may be to its death. Pasture evolves into Fadger. Now this Creatat is very stressed. It's always on high alert, knowing that its death draws near, and it constantly tries to make the most of it. It starts by attempting to find a mate. Its skeleton is almost fully visible, marking its death drawing very near. This Palcree is extremely loyal to those it trusts, for its life is almost to an end and it fears it won't see them again. It tries to make every moment memorable with them. Upon the death of a Fadger, it becomes badged to life. Look, naming these was pretty hard, okay? But this Creatat is ultimately okay now. Its only real regret is not appreciating life as much and not really living it up to the fullest. It now tries to preserve the lives of other creatures. This Palcree is in a weird state of existing in two places at once, since only fragments of its spirit stayed in the physical realm, while all the other ones passed off into the afterlife. Though it does love the newfound freedom given with its new ability to fly, it often finds itself longing for what its life used to be back when it had one. It's highly unlikely that in the forest you will encounter the bug steel type Palatis. But if you do manage to find it and tame it, you will not regret it. Its wings do not allow flight, so it uses it as an intimidation tactic on other species or its own. It really does not discriminate. The blades on this Creatat's shoulders can be used as arms, which is how it mainly hunts. It goes up on unsuspecting victims and strikes. This Creatat is as dangerous as it is hostile and durable. In order to survive it, or let alone tame one, you need at least one other Creatat on your side. If not, then you will probably be dead. These Creatats serve as guardians of the forest, so as long as you steer clear of them, you should be completely fine in there. Now, the final species I will be discussing in this video is the Toxliver evolution line. This Creatat often hunts over Brunky, as it's not strong enough to go after stronger prey. But the way it hunts makes it seem almost calculated, almost spiteful, as if there's an ongoing feud between these two species. At this stage in the Palcree's life, its venom isn't strong enough to fully kill someone, only to subdue them slightly. Fortunately, this Creatat is very calm. The only thing that seems to agitate it is seeing a Brunky. Now, this is suspected to be an ongoing cycle of vengeance of some sort, but there's no direct, resources that guide us to what happened to start this. Toxliver maintains its calm nature, but loses its grudge against Brunky upon evolving into Toxserpent, which finds joy and amusement in viewing the childishness of its pre-evolution. The dark glint in this Creatat's eyes allow for night vision, but you better not give it a shade amulet. Whatever you do with this Creatat, keep it away from a shade amulet. This is why you don't want to give a Toxserpent a shade amulet. Upon giving it the shade amulet, it evolves into Anatoxa. This Creatat is constantly suffering. This Creatat is extremely allergic to Moonrock, which is what the shade amulet is made of. Now this Creatat is melting. As it grows in size, the further along it goes to completely dying, becoming a puddle on the floor. The only things this Creatat is able to feel now is pain from constantly melting, and anger at whoever did this to it, a face that it can no longer remember. It can't remember anything now, it doesn't even know what it used to look like, what it used to feel like. It doesn't know anything now. We are trying to create the process of de-evolution, but that does not look possible at this very moment in time. Now, all this Palcree can really do is just melt. Until we find a way to help it. That's all that can be done. Evolving your Toxserpent is considered, in many places, animal abuse and animal cruelty, and you will be arrested for a long time if you do this. It used to only attack when startled, but now it attacks anything mindlessly because of the pure mess going on in its mind. It recognizes everything the wrong way. It sees something to attack and sees another thing as something to befriend when it's the other way around. Its mind is just completely messed up. It will no longer be the same. For now, your best bet to keep it alive is to just keep it in a jar until it remembers something, and that will be in an extremely long time. Just try to re-domesticate it, if you will. And that is it for this video. Expect a Desert one next, because I will probably make that next week. But for now, see ya.